Many years ago, in the late 80s, early 90s, a visionary group of people, including Doug Hall, Dr. Caroline Turner, Dr. Michael Brand, and Suhanya Raphael, plus a number of others, decided to start a Triennial every 3 years in Brisbane, focusing on the contemporary art of the Asia-Pacific region. It was not something that anybody else had thought of doing anywhere in the world. I, in my tiny little gallery at Sherman Galleries, the commercial gallery that I directed and owned, and this museum in a much larger format decided to do the same at a similar time. We went to the first APT, the late Bill Wright and myself, in 1993. The exhibition had been 3 years in the planning. It was the start of an extraordinary journey. That Asia-Pacific Triennial is an unusual exhibition for a number of reasons. One, the pioneering effort. Two, the fact that the APT, it's always been a group effort and it's always come from within the museum. And finally, each 3 years they have focused on one, two, or perhaps even three different countries as a singular focus, and of course incorporated artists and contemporary work from all over Asia. In 2015, the APT included Cambodia, and that focus meshed with the Asia-Pacific Acquisitions Committee, which I now co-chair, and quite coincidentally, the APAC committee, whose members do a research trip each year, went to Cambodia in the same year. The Asia-Pacific Triennale had a small focus on Cambodia. Almost at the same time, our small group did a trip to Cambodia, and we had a remarkable time. We met a number of artists, Liang Sekon, whose work we saw in the Asia-Pacific Triennale. We spent quite a lot of time with Sophia Pitch, with whom I had done a project at SCAF, a Collections Plus project. We went to his studio, we spent time with him, saw his work in the studio, and it gave me a far greater sense of who Sophia was, as opposed to meeting him in Australia within our own well-managed and relatively well-governed country. We also came across Kwai Samnang, whose photomedia works dealing with current social injustice in Cambodia. One of the stars of the APT in 2015 was Anida Yer Ali, one of the performance artists. She practices as a bug, a huge textile-based costumed persona in bright orange, dozens of meters long, with the feet obviously of someone else sticking out. The performance was, amazing. She doesn't talk, just makes gestures. Brown and I have acquired 4 photomedia works for our own collection. The Queensland Art Gallery has acquired the filmic bug work shown at the APT for the museum's collection as well.
I came to Cambodia in 1998. I started as a volunteer very shortly after I graduated from university. And I came here as a volunteer for about a year. And I started the cafe in 2000, so it's about 15 years ago. And I had an interest in bringing artists from overseas here with the idea that it was trying to create a conversation, to create exposure, exchange, creating spaces where people can communicate and connect. Over the years, I ended up focusing more on Cambodian artists. The scene grew up quite a lot. There was a need for artists then to find a platform to develop their works, to present it, to sell it. I use the cafe then to do that for them. And the cafe, the way it works, it allows me to sustain myself, and so that then I can dedicate profits and space and my time and my energy to developing the arts program. So I've been able to run hundreds of exhibitions, artist talks, forums, workshops, I get quite involved in artist projects. It's been a fantastic opportunity for me to be able to work with some of the very now famous artists in Cambodia. Here are able to provide that important platform for artists then to get that step up, to be able to push their work to another level. And in particular, it's quite important for young artists here coming out of the schools because there's very little support. As a curator, I'm very interested in working with artists individually. I will work with an artist for 4, 5, 6 years or more, starting from the very beginning when they want to develop their first show and taking an idea and then expanding that into an exhibition, into a kind of a complete thought, I guess, and as an experience for the public.